So degrees, you have up to 4 stripes on each level. You can get promoted from one belt to another at the 3rd stripe, formally. So
At the 3rd or 4th?
usually it's 4th, and then you have to put some time in. Like I said, some academies go by time, some academies go by attendance, some academies only go by the head instructor saying, this person's ready.
Yep.
So that's all subjective. Okay. My first gym did belts, but we didn't have stripes. We didn't have structured like curriculum. And then I went to gi, like you need to know these things at this level.
Yeah.
This 6-week progression, you need to learn all this. And then we're gonna break it down. And it was very structured. So SBA has both. We have the Silvio Bearing program, which has progressive guard and all this other stuff, which is traditional, he's a good instructor and an example of that. Mine is more of a improvised to the class. If I taught more of a structured fundamentals class, it would be more structured like that. So anyways, giving you all that. Each one is given out at some classes. You get your first stripe on the white belt after, I couldn't even tell you, 60 attendances. Like they might just go by attendance, you know? And then after that, it's every 52. I'm making up numbers because I don't remember, because I know there was like that at one curriculum. And then at blue belt, it's 65. I don't know. I don't remember the numbers. Sure. It could be 25, then 52, then 65. It could, well, now you can have people that are
like attendance.
Yeah, but some people who don't track attendance. So now I've got a purple belt coming in at 9 who's been a purple belt. He's been a blue belt he's been training for 6 years off and on. He's got MMA, wrestling, Muay Thai. He's a good overall athlete. Used to be a Marine, had hip surgery, but now he's back into it and he's 100% athletically fit. You're gonna train with him eventually.
Oh, okay.
But he doesn't feel like a blue belt to me. He feels like a purple belt, like a higher purple belt, almost a brown belt, because he's so controlled. Now, when you roll with someone at different levels, you can kind of feel the difference. Even with Gina, she's been training a lot longer than white belt, but she's not doing this actively differently. So you got to look at each student differently. So when I would think of giving you a stripe as opposed to giving Merlin a stripe, different. You met Brendan the other day. He looks like Killer Santa. Yeah. So he should be a purple belt, but he competes. So he's cooking a little bit. He's stagnating because he competes. We'll let him get a little bit more experience at that bracket so that he comes in as an experienced purple belt and he's not lost in the sauce at the next division. Sure. He's going to jump in right away. I got my first gold at purple belt.
Oh, cool.
I didn't get gold because I was always going against, there's a lot of reasons why, but when I got to purple, I was like, heck yeah. I wasn't even, like right now, my first division or competition is a brown belt. I don't really give a shit. Because 1, I'm going in to win. 2, if I don't win, I'm going to have fun. So I'm really, the objective is going to be checked. I'm having fun and I'm doing jujitsu, right? Yeah. It's not, every bigot is going to think less of me if I don't win, right? No, and if I win, cool. If I don't, I'm going to get better and I'm going to learn from my tape. You know? Yeah. That's all it is. So anyway, when you get up to black belt, I'm skipping because there isn't really, each level has its requirements and each school and academy is different, but when you get to black belt, each black belt has so many people that they can promote. So as a new black belt, they don't have a stripe usually. He might have a stripe. I don't think he has a stripe. Yeah, so he doesn't have a stripe because he's not even though he's teaching, he's not a professor. So without the stripe, he'd be a black belt. He'd get his professor stripe, and then he'd get his first stripe in X amount of time. I can't remember if it's 2 years, 3 years, or whatever. So each stripe, when you see a purple belt or a black belt with 3 to 4 stripes, that's at least 10 years of training as a black belt.
As a black belt.
As a black belt. So when he starts his first year, he doesn't get a stripe, he gets a professor stripe.
Okay.
And then X amount of time, there's 1 stripe. Let's say it's 2 years. So now this is a 3rd year, 5th year, 7th year with 3 stripes. So he'd be a 1st degree black belt. This stripe doesn't count. This stripe is the 1st degree. 2nd degree, 3rd degree, 4th degree. Then you go up to coral belt, which is someone who's already in their 50s, 60s, and they've been doing it for 30 years. So
there's more than black?
So then there's the coral and black, and then there's a full coral. Yeah, and those people are like in their 70s to 90s. And then obviously when people get into their 50s, usually they change the way they do jujitsu, because a 20-year-old black belt, as opposed to if and when I get my black belt, a 50 or 60-year-old black belt, you can see, there's no ego. I'm like, good job, that was good. Because I want to make sure that I'm safe, but I want to make sure you guys are safe. So with that being said, we don't chase the stripes. We can't go like, hey coach, when do I get a stripe? We just see it, we watch, like sometimes my coach doesn't see other people that come to my class and go, hey, you should take a look at this guy. Hey, you should take a look at this female. Take a look at this person. That's me indirectly saying, stripe or belt, and then he'll roll with them. And that's the beauty of having Tanner. He's here every day. He gives you feedback. He owns you. You've rolled with him, or you haven't rolled with him. You just met him for the first time the other day, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what I sent you, no, there was another question you had. Belts?
Japanese versus.
Japanese versus, okay, so yeah, cool. Stretch, you already stretched that one.
I'm ready, yeah.
Yeah, Japanese, in the early 1900s, I want to say 1908, I can't remember his name. There was a Japanese wrestler, grappler, judoka. I might have to go before that. So,
I can do the Cliff Notes version.
No, but it's good to know. Jiu-jitsu is when the samurais depleted all their weapon system and they were on the battlefield wearing this heavy armor. And what they had to do was not strike or punch.
Right.
They had to do joint manipulation and throat constrictions to kill, incapacitate. Jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu and judo later was separated after they were colonized. For some reason, I don't know why. But anyways, jiu-jitsu used to incorporate a lot of striking, ground, throws, and weapons, combatives. So it had at least four, I believe. But then it got segregated because the ground seemed lower class. Japanese culture, late 1800s. So there was a Japanese practitioner who made it more gentlemanly and made judo part of the graduate curriculum. So there was this catch wrestler, fighter, Miyamatsu, I can't remember his name. He goes to Brazil. He's all around the world. He went to the States. He ends up in Brazil, and he befriends the Gracie family, and they adapted jiu-jitsu.
What were they doing at the time?
They were doing martial arts, or I think they were probably fighting in the streets with capoeira. So they were doing a lot of these things because they came from a slave culture that couldn't train. So they disguised it as dance. That's what capoeira is. You've seen it maybe. It's very, very, you're like, that shit can't work. Until it does. Like, everything has its place. Everything has its place, I say. So anyways, so this guy, and I want to say 1908, it's sticking in my head, he starts training with the Gracie family, and there was one of them that was sickly, and he just used to watch, and he was the youngest one, or he was younger, but all he did was watch and train, and he started to use the techniques that he was watching his brothers do and his cousins do, and they got him on the mat finally, because he was very sickly, very weak, but he was able to do things and execute them pretty well against bigger, faster, stronger, healthier. And so then they focused on that aspect of it. So that became the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And amongst their family, they had a bunch of different divisions. There's Machado, Gracies, and all these other things. It doesn't matter. To me, it's all Jiu-Jitsu. So then they incorporated more of a structured thing, like these are the rules, this is this and this. Theirs was more of a, and then on top of that, they would also do combatives. They would fight. They would incorporate, I forget what they call it. There is a fighting type of style that incorporates Jiu-Jitsu, but it involves kicks and punches. And it's like MMA. I'll find it. So anyways, throughout the decades, and the UFC really brought it to light, we've now developed what I'm calling American Jiu-Jitsu. Some of us call it American Jiu-Jitsu, but it's not a coined phrase. But we have now incorporated to taking and stealing from everything that we can for MMA. Whereas Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu became, you're from our academy, you only train with us, you can never leave, and you have to follow our curriculum, you can only come and do with our rules. You have to wear a white gi, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's very structured. Some gyms you go in 28 days, you do 28 classes, 28 sessions, then maybe we might let you roll. Other schools, you can't roll until you get a stripe. Other ones, you can't go to any open mats till you get 3 stripes. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, everybody's got their own ways to do it, and there's a reason why. For some of the schools like ours, when we go, okay, first day, come on in, jump in, let's go. That's fine too, but if you have to have the right environment. Nobody's gonna beat you up. Nobody should be beating you up the first day to show you, like, to tune you up, like, oh, you need to fucking learn, that's how it used to be. I don't believe in that. I don't like being taught that way. So anyways, that's a real good summary of that. Those are the cliff notes.
Thank you.
Yeah, those are the cliff notes.
That helps.
Yeah.
Makes a
So
lot of sense because I've heard those names and I've heard different, vocabulary words like that. I was like, I don't know how that all fits together. That makes sense.
yeah, no one ever explained it to me. I just kind of geeked out on it, and then some people will tell you that. Some of them make that part of the curriculum as white belt to learn. Learn to tie your belt. That's like the first week. You're not even there yet, right? There's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is.
I just don't know.
It is what it is. Yeah. When I first met you is when I first mentioned it to Tanner. Tanner first mentioned it to Sam. Sam mentioned it to Sam, and they're like, "Yeah, I have it." And then now it's trying to get the handoff. I go by there every day. I'm like, if there's anybody in there, I'm like, hey, "Can I go in? Hey, I'm gonna go in the fucking equipment room." And I could just text Sam and get the code to the door. But anyways, what I was gonna go over with you was the Garambis or shoulder rolls that we went, and I don't care that you trained it or drilled it. In time, you'll start seeing it, but I want you to think of them. There's another way to do them. There's a video that I showed you, and it's knee to knee. And all it is, this is movement, and this is good spinal movement for me.
Okay.
If it's not for you, because you're more flexible. So it's knee to knee shoulder roll. So what I'm doing is I'm getting one hand here. I'm getting this other hand that's not posted here. I'm reaching down and I'm rolling, almost looking under my armpit, and I'm gonna get down to my shoulder as best I can. You're way more flexible than that, right? I'm trying to keep my shoulder blades on this.
Okay.
I'm coming down. I'm posting off this foot, bringing this knee up, as you can see. I'm elevating myself here, and I'm trying to walk my toes. I can't reach my toes. You can. Bring your toes. Keep them over my head, and then good. I'm trying, and it's just practicing. Getting that neck, I gotta turn my head, because if I keep my chin lined up with my spine, I'm gonna choke myself. Turn, trying to get up. If you have trouble staying up, this is what everybody does incorrectly before you try it. They'll go here, and then they'll come up here, and then they'll flop down. Okay. So if that's an issue, you can try to support your back. Bring your toes over. Rotate. I can't do it that well. You might be able to do better than me. So push your hand out. That's gonna help support you. You're gonna roll. Yep. Bring this toe over. You're good. And now just bring this one over. You're good. So let's try it again. So post on your right toe and then try to bring your left foot towards me. So yeah, before you start coming over, I want you to pause with your weight on your left foot, and now bring your right toe up over your head and try to point towards me, and I'm gonna grab it. Bring your right foot, rotating your hip, staying on your shoulder. Point your toe to the ground. You're good, you're good.
Seriously?
Yeah, so you're gonna try to elevate your hips up and point them towards me. So the way I try to do that is,
That's tricky.
boom, I'm posting here. If I can do this, I can touch the ground, that's great. You probably can, I cannot. This is what I want you to do, little break dance. I'm trying to touch the ground. You can see that the breathing is constricted if I don't get in the right position. It's all right. Walk your toes, yeah, there you go, just walk your toes this way, and that'll work. And just get up on your toes. So the biggest thing is if you can get to that and point your toes and then walk them over in a counterclockwise motion, and then roll your hips over.
So are my feet supposed to come up here and then walk that way?
Yeah, let's try walking it for now, yeah. It's all right. And then try to get back on your knees. And you're gonna...
I feel like you went that way.
I'm trying to, and I'm still not as proficient as I could be.
Going over.
So remember when I was telling you against the wall? I'm trying to get my feet so that my hips are up high. This is what I'm trying to get. I'm balancing myself with my forearm or my tricep and my elbow. Here I start to lose my hip position. I have to be up high. See, even then I didn't get it right. I have to counterbalance with my toes, point my toes.
And then what?
I can just roll. I know it seems weird, but I just rolled over my shoulder.
Huh, let me try.
You know what? Let's just try leaning back and doing that kick over the head and point your toes.
And get to this balance right here. I'm pointing my toes, straightening my knees, balancing with my arms and my shoulders.
Yeah. Feel comfortable there for a sec. Now I want you to think of collapsing one shoulder and rolling to either side, whatever you feel comfortable. You're gonna try to roll. Yeah. That's fine. And because we're trying to get to that core, it's not a difficult exercise or position to hold. Once you get here, obviously I can't do it. I'm just gonna roll. I almost grabbed my thigh. Reach out.
The legs are very long.
It's okay. I want you to point your toes, exaggerate pointing your toes, and now grab a thigh. Once I collapse my elbow and grab my thigh, I roll to that side. I didn't realize that's what I was doing.
Did that work?
Yeah. And what this is going to do is help you expand your back and your spine, feeling comfortable on your neck, so that when you do roll somewhere in an uncomfortable position, you're not going to hurt your neck.
I got there today. He stacked me, and I was like, I know there's something to do here, and I can't.
Turn the head. You got to find it.
And then he just like sat like right here. Just like, rah!
Well, that's what we talk about when I tell people, like, if you stack someone correctly, they're just going to beg you to pass. Please pass. Get off of me. And then they pass to your guard, and they got side control. They got side mount.
Yeah, you got a good.
But so.
Yeah, and there was a video I showed you about these, and it's easy to watch the video and not get it. You gotta try to do it. So the biggest thing I think of is pointing my toes as best I can. If I could touch the mat with my toes,
That's ideal, but I can't. My body does not bend that way. That's perfect. So now you can use your toes to rotate your hips if you want. Yep, that's good.
that's exactly it. And that's how you're gonna start. Yeah, that's it. You're getting that sweet controlled roll. Now you're comfortable moving your neck, you're comfortable rolling over on your shoulder. You're doing a back roll basically, but now you're rolling into a Garambi or a shoulder roll. You look so graceful, as opposed to 30 seconds ago. But you can see it's developing, right? And this is just movement is good to know. So, cool. And I want to start with you with, you're going to get a little bit of a lot because there's a lot of stuff I want you to learn how to move, be safe, and then also the basic jiu-jitsus. We've gone over side control and we've gone over closed guard.
Oh, you were here. That side control class was fun today. The thing we did with the leg lock, or the triangle.
Yeah, so that would have been a mount, S mount, modified S mount.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like that.
So side control is when I'm on one side of your body, right? And that's okay. Mount, they'll call it mount, and then back, they'll call it back mount.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of introducing half guard to you, which is something that I do a lot. You probably won't have to,
Okay.
but it's good to know.
Yeah.
Because you need to know the offense in order to thwart my offense. So I'm going to show you what I do offensively from half guard. So just a review of guards. Open guard. Self-explanatory.
Yep.
Closed guard. I have to do this,
Yep.
and I'm controlling with my knees. When I have to open up my guard, I don't just, I'm strategically pinning my knees so that one's high, one's low, both are on the mat, but I'm always pinching my knees, so I'm controlling my, not controlling you, I'm connected to my partner. I have limited amount of control, so if I think of it as connection as opposed to control, I won't overexert myself. But I'm trying to get to where one knee is in between one of your knees and one knee's on the outside of one of your knees. That's gonna be half guard.
Okay.
Make sense? So, let me get you over here. You're gonna be in closed guard, and you're just gonna sit there statically. Your habit's always gonna be butt back, laces down, knees wide. Your starting position, what's up, brother? It's good. Yeah, I'll do it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we didn't sweat as much. I don't know what 6 was like. I'll do it. Is there a lot of sweaty everywhere, or? I'll do them all. Yeah, sometimes I concentrate in the middle when I know. Oh, you're good. Have a good weekend. I'll see you guys Sunday. So, closed guard. Boom. Closed guard. Open guard. But whenever we start in these positions, your position of advantage is your butt's over your heels, your laces are down, you're pointing your toes, your ankles don't hurt, but you're trying to be safe. Your knees are wide. your hips are sucked into my hips. You don't want this. The reason why you don't want this is because this allows me to be mobile. If you do have this, you can pin me. So you're not trying to pin my butt cheek. You're trying to pin my hip, but it's trying to just connect to the butt cheek. When you get both hips controlled, your elbows are compromised. So I want one of these at least on my rib, or with you could C-clamp into my armpit. It locks me in, prevents me from sitting up. Okay. So if you feel this little gap between I want you to do two things. One, you can move up just like that, or you can scoot back, create space. I want you to just move one knee and then the other knee. So it's a controlled stagger. But sometimes you get what you get, and what you're gonna do is create space. Lean into me, put the weight on your hands, and now scoot both knees up like it. So you don't compromise your base or position. You compromise your base in order to position my weight by pinning you. So you're gonna get what you get. Sometimes it creates space. Let's say I break you down, I have your head placed here. I want you to focus on getting these hands in position, and then just walk your knees up as you can before you, so walk your knee up here. Instead of lifting up, I just want you to bring the knee, bring the knee up, bring the other knee up, and now frame up with your body and posture your head up. So I felt your butt lifting, your butt can stay back the whole time. So let's go back to it. So here's how your butt's a little bit high. I just want you to keep your butt back, but bring your knee up, like a frog. Now bring that left knee up. Look at that. See how elevated my hips up? Now you can put weight on this palm, keep my butt cheek in the mat. This isn't coming into play other than when you need it. So I'm trying to pummel in. I just want you to bench press yourself up, posture up. That's what you're trying to do.
Okay.
Right? So when I start feeling this, I'm like, shit. I'm gonna open up my guard. I'm gonna go offensive. Right now I'm on a losing battle. So I'm gonna go.
Okay.
You're immediately gonna start attacking this knee, using your gravity to pin me to the mat. So this leg's gotta come up. I'm gonna pump this leg in. This is my half guard. This is how I get to half guard. So I'm not just letting you pin me.
Right.
So as you're driving me down, I need to get this in, like I make a little boot or a hook with this. So I'm pushing, but I'm not really pushing. I'm framing, I'm connected. Again, I'm connected. I'm connected with a little hamstring curl, a little bit here. If you start kicking back out with that leg, I'm still connected to this leg.
Okay.
And if you come back in, I don't lose this position.
Oh, neat.
You're trying to keep your elbow inside, and you can put your forearm right on my hip. And instead of your hand, I want your forearm. Now your arm can reach to my armpit, and you're blocking my hip from pummeling in. Because I need this knee shield. So the best thing you can do once you get this inside battle is to shift your weight on this knee so that this knee becomes light. So you're gonna shift a little bit to that knee. See how that just got lighter? Without even thinking about what to do, I just want you to elevate your knee to your elbow. It's automatically go to the ball of your foot. This connection, I can no longer fight. So then you're gonna drive this knee to just staple. Boom. In this position, you're in a great position. I want you to kickstand out a little bit. So that means right there. That's your little bit of kickstand. That's a great kickstand. So, but what I'm saying is if you see my half of my body, you're on the right side. I can't sweep you to your right, and I can't frame. What I want you to do is drop this shoulder onto my chest with this bicep going to the back of my deltoid. Keeping this head on this side, because now your weight's all on this side of my hemisphere. I can't do anything. All I want you to do is maintain this position. You're gonna do what's called a knee cut. You're gonna slide, baseball slide, so that the outside of your right butt cheek or hip is gonna be exposed on my inside of my thigh, and you're sliding your IT band in that direction.
We did this the other day, right?
Probably. Right there. This goes under my head. Your knees come into my body. You're the perfect. You're fighting, we're getting out, you're building up your base. I want you to make them a good pyramid base. Get your frames in, go ahead, get your butt back. Take away the space. I don't like that. Nope. Before you move, I want you to, your instinct is to put the palm of this hand on my knee. I don't want that. So look at how much I have to move. You know that you're about to pass. So in order to counter that, I'm bringing my leg in. And now, instead of fighting for this, you can go to my wrist that pins my shoulder. Drop this elbow across under my hip. Nope, the elbow. That. See, so you went from framing on your hand to now you're framing on your forearm. That lowers your position. I want you to think of where's your base, all your weight's on your this foot. All you got to do is get this knee free, right? So as I start fighting, I'm starting to lose this. I'm going to adjust, bring your knee right up to your elbow. You're right, touch it. Actually, make it touch. You go on the knee on the inside. Knee on the inside of your elbow. Look at that. So right here, if you can skip all those other steps, all I really try to do from here is get my knee and elbow connected because I can't get in that frame.
Okay.
And you can see where it's easy for you to go. If you wanted to staple, chest, drop your chest. Do that every day. No, but that's what I mean. Like it seems really complex. So I showed you all that from your position to understand what I'm doing from here. The moment I'm losing my position, boom, boom, I'm opening my guard. I'm not just letting you pin me.
Right.
I have to frame. I'm framing.
Yep.
I'm pummeling this foot in, maintaining this. If I stay too low with this top leg, I just want you to keep your weight here. Straighten both your feet back, and your hips are going to push my knee down. Sprawl. I lose everything that I'm working for. You don't even need that.
Oh, okay.
Right now, look.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Good luck with that, yeah.
Right? So I'm stapled. So I got to be cognizant of where I'm at when I go back one step. If I feel that you might sprawl, I have to re-engage. So I'm bicycling.
Leg up.
Boom. So even with me, I have to be cognizant where I'm at here. Sometimes with taller people, I have to go really high.
Yeah.
And I'm using that frame. I'm almost hooking with this boot coming across.
Yeah.
So now if you do try to sprawl, I'm able to use the skeletal support. Yes, I'm strong. But here, that IT band, that hip socket is not carrying shit. So there's a lot of moving parts in there. So let's go to starting at half guard. Your hamstring curling for connection. You're framing with this part of your skeletal structure for this connection, and you're playing with the shin from here to here. Yours would be ideal to go from my waist to my armpit. You're gonna be a lot longer than people here, or I'm trying to think of which way you would do it. This one in front. What this does is it prevents me from collapsing this down, but it opens up me trying to open up your foot. If you do it the opposite way, it doesn't really give you an advantage because you're trying to hamstring curl this. This prevents you from getting your hamstring curl, and this allows me to collapse. So you can do this. This is going to be very powerful for you. You're using the inseam of your top foot to clamshell, and you can start manipulating, flaring, doing these things with that. So you can still keep this connection. This allows you to not strain your hamstring, but you're still connected. This bottom leg prevents me from donkey kicking out or sprawling. This bone right here, is this the femur?
Yeah.
This femur prevents me from sprawling or passing. And all of that is going to distract you from me trying to get my outside knee above your knee. I'm going to do all this chaos just to get my knee above this, because if I fight from here, boom, boom, get your Achilles over my calf. You can stop on your own foot, and then you're going to bring this knee in front of me. If you can do that to me, I'm not doing anything. You either want to be all the way extended as far out so I can't touch your head, or you want to be all the way in because you're going to start hooking my leg. But right now, you don't need to do anything. Get in the habit of getting up on your elbow if you can. You're skeletally and muscularly structured. You're really strong here. If you find yourself fighting from your shoulder, just work to get up to your elbow. You can use this frame to hand fight, this frame to hand fight, prevent me from controlling. You can still big brother me and just post on my forehead. you can do that. This is what I'm talking about for you in self-defense.
Yeah.
But it's gonna work here because the more I push, I'm choking myself. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Right? It's gonna piss people off in a good way. I'm like, where do you fucking learn that? And when they come to me, they go, you know what he did to me? But you're not throat punching, but you're using that as a frame.
They're choking themselves.
They're choking themselves.
My hand was there, man.
Right. If I start fighting over here, I'm trying to distract you from this little point that you're gonna start seeing.
Okay.
I start going over here. That's all I want.
Okay.
Now I know that I can start controlling this leg because this hip is mine.
How do you counteract? Because I could just throw you to the ground with that leg, but
Yes,
that's like the strongest muscle on a person.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, how do you keep me from doing that?
So
Because it feels like you're just you're locked and loaded. You're ready to go. You're like, you just got to fight.
So what happens is when they do go for strength, and if you just stomp on my chest right now, I'm ready to move. I'm gonna spring up and post it on this. So I'm gonna shift my weight to this knee, and I'm just gonna kickstand. So we're here, we're fighting, and you go ahead and start pushing.
Oh yeah. Then now all of your weight is now you just crushed my IT band, and now it's not strong enough because now I'm not pushing.
Where's my weight?
Your weight?
What's carrying my weight right now?
On my wrist and this back foot.
Your hip.
Oh, is there weight?
Your hip.
Okay.
And my active toes.
Yeah. So it's pushing down this way.
I'm on the ball of my foot,
Really?
and all I need to do is sprawl.
Now you're up. Yeah.
So these fundamentals are the same things that I do in a modified way, but I wanted you to feel the bottom part of it. You might just get this push pull, and I'm trying to can't get control. I'm having trouble with this. This is too far. This is too much shit. I'm gonna start playing with your foot, playing with your knee, getting out.
Okay. You want to get past?
Yeah, I gotta get past. The way you prevent me from sprawling is keeping this hamstring snug enough where you're not gonna strain or pull anything.
Okay.
But you don't want to lose this either, because let's say you focus on that bottom hamstring curl really good, and then I can't. Right? I start separating this. So you gotta remember either heel stomp here or that. That's fucking money for you.
Yeah.
But if you feel that I'm gonna start doing anything, you can also modify this to almost like a sash across my body. I wanna make a boot like this. Like you're hooking me from pulling out, but you're preventing me from coming in. That's gonna be great. That's like another grip for you.
Yeah, because I could just kick you over that way and get out.
And what you can do offensively from here, maintaining this little monkey paw on this, bring this knee out, overhook, and then just trip me here. So all you're gonna do is keep this as a wedge.
Yeah.
And it's called a scissor sweep. I'm gonna drive that way, and as I drive that way, all you're doing is bringing this knee over to the mat. Get back on top. Immediately get up on top. So it's a scissor sweep from the half guard. And I'll do it to you so you can kind of see it. So here. You're good. You're good. So I'm trying to put my hamstring here, and you're starting to compensate for that. I'm gonna bring this knee out. So with that one, all I'm doing is, without a partner, going from here, I'm losing this position, keeping this up, bringing this knee up and out, and I'm not necessarily scissoring.
Okay.
It's more of a bringing this knee, this stays here, bringing this knee over. Let's try it from bottom half. Actually, let's try it without a partner. Yep. And so from here, you're maintaining pressure on this. And what's going to happen is you're going to bring this knee up towards you, out. You're going to rotate this knee down. So it's almost like we're boom, boom.
So you're rolling on top of that.
Half guard. Well, let's get started first. Let's start first. Start from half guard. Stay on your side.
All right. Extend this leg, right?
You don't want to extend it down because now you're lowering your hips. I want you to think of flaring this up. Don't straighten it. Because you need to keep this sprung, this coiled, so that you have a little push-pull on it. Your boot is preventing me from retracting.
Yeah.
This cocked leg is preventing me from driving in.
Okay.
When I drive in, I want you to lift this, make a ballerina toe, and bring this knee up to here. Pummel this foot up and over my thigh if you can. And then I want this ankle on the outside of my knee. That's all you need.
That's the wedge, okay.
This is the wedge.
That's what I was missing.
And as I'm driving, I want your knee not down here, but here.
Okay.
I'm going to drive into it and then come down. Boom. And that's just a dynamic scissor sweep from half guard. Firing. Boom, boom. And you've got to get it with that forward motion, because if you don't catch me moving forward, my weight's going to be in back of my ass. And I'll show you how it feels and what you're going to have to do from here.
So,
yeah, you're still starting from hamstring. This is where we're starting in the half guard.
Yeah.
Boom.
What did I do wrong?
You didn't do anything. I shifted my weight. Because
now I can't do it.
my weight is on my back and on my butt.
So I have to wait
and I
for you
framed.
to come forward?
So what I would say is, you're feeling for this. You're feeling, if I'm driving forward and you got that outside wedge, I'm driving forward, that's when you get this move. Okay. I want you to immediately go into that outside. Yeah. Okay? But I'll do it to you. The only difference is when I go here, I set it up. Shift your weight back to your heels. Right there.
Can't do it.
If you try to move your head towards my head.
Look at that. Because the weight comes off.
Yeah. So it only works if you can feel that forward progressive motion. So when you feel me, when you feel me starting to set this up, and you shift your weight back.
You're back into that.
Back to close guard. And all I did is, I'm like, boom, shift weight goes back, overhook, second one. Boom, I'm right here. Overhook, I want to get here.
Okay.
Hamstring curl. And I'm going to tell you this is difficult because my limbs are shorter than yours. If you can get this on anybody, I want you to think of how you're controlling me. It's almost subconscious. I know you're doing this, but newer people don't realize how important this is. Okay. This little boot, you're long enough where you can frame my knee. Mm-hmm. So if you feel me trying to get to there, this is all I need to do is get there. Uh-huh. You can still do that and still keep this boot. Yeah. And the more I try to move this down, I want you to almost bicycle kick. Boom. You get this boot, it pulls me forward, and then you're going to drive this into my chest. Nope, just the shin.
Okay.
You're controlling me, yeah. So you're controlling my upper body and denying me this advancement right here at the same time. And so you're going to try to initiate the scissor sweep. Boom, foot comes out. I shift my weight back, grab my arms, I'm going to close guard. Overhook with your left hand. Overhook me into your hand. Your fist is going to come up and over into your heart. Oh. And I could do this. You could, but what you're doing now is you're breaking my posture. There's space between my thighs and your hips. My head is down, my hands are on the mat.
Okay.
You can feel, so if I try to fight from here, just control me because you're stronger in here.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm just going to try to build up my reverse ladder to my pyramid.
Yeah. Oh, fucking locked. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this is why we don't want to default to just like falling into it, because that is the most advantageous position from closed guard is I've got your head and I've got an overhook. But if I'm loosey-goosey here, my elbow is going to try to wiggle out. I'm going to try to get in your armpit. I'm going to try to reverse ladder to build my base. I'm trying to get my knees outside of your gun holsters. I'm trying to get my hips into your saddle. So that's the offense and the defense. It all goes hand in hand. So you can do it again, half guard to recover to guard. You're gonna try to scissor sweep me. I'm gonna try to shift back. Boom.
trying to do this.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We'll slow it down. Beautiful. If you can get to here,
Yeah.
good.
But you put yourself there. I didn't get you there.
Yeah, but you're gonna
What
start.
am I missing on my left arm? Where's that supposed to go?
We're just right now trying to get you comfortable with going from closed guard to half guard to closed guard. All the other stuff, what you're kind of gigging yourself on is you're missing this. I'm trying to set this up. You shift your weight back. The only difference that I'm doing is I'm controlling your elbows and I'm shifting my hips at the same time. I'm bringing this knee out. You don't have to move. I'm gonna move around you. Bringing this knee out. And then I'm scooting my hips down. And as I'm controlling this one,
That's it right there. You have that.
and when you feel this, you're gonna drive your chest into my body. Now get your head over here. So now you're gonna try to get out, and you're strong. You probably can get out. You might not. There's more effort than I want. Yeah. We don't do it in class, but yeah, that's what we're doing. No, you're fine. You need to know these things. Yeah, this is why we don't do this. So if you start to stand up in an MMA fight or something like this, I would just stand up. I can't do this. So if you start to bring your torso up, I have to start controlling you in different ways. I let go of your head to control your elbows so you don't post on there. If you start to lift me up and stand up, I fucking let go. Because I know I'm gonna get fucked. Right? There's a way, if you do stand me up, go ahead and try to stand up from here and pick me up, but don't slam me. Just stand up.
Oh, look at you!
Right? It's some things we don't think about until we drill it. But yeah, you definitely body slam. We have to tell the kids we don't body slam in tournaments for safety because you can knock someone out. You can hurt their spine, obviously. You're not doing anything wrong. You did it gently. That's why I tell you you're not retarded.
Okay.
Yeah, you get points for not being retarded. You're just retarded strong. That's a lot to go over, really.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah, so
The arm, I want that to become natural, and it's like not at all.
so you know what?
But it's just gonna take time.
No, and we can review the whole half guard to guard for the next few weeks, and that's fine. But you're gonna start seeing it in your roles, and I'm glad that you're able to make Tony's class. Great instructor. Wealth of experience and knowledge. But he also has a different experience than me. So mine is more American Jiu-Jitsu, is what I call it. I take from what I can, and I apply it, and I learn it, and I teach it the way it makes sense to me. So even though we're doing the review, we'll just go to the over-under clinch from closed guard. There's a setup guard that I do from here, from this closed guard, that will work on this overhook for you. So in self-defense, I can do this if you're throwing punches, right? If you're doing that, I'm trying to do that. But I'm also keeping my knees in control, that north, south, east, and west. We went over on that last one. Or I can go into my A-frame, you go inside. If you start changing your body position or whatever, I'm trying to overhook. I'm immediately coming to this position. Because most people are gonna be right-handed. I feel comfortable doing this on this side.
You know what it is? I just realized you said overhook. I have had underhook in my head, but that's from this position. That's what it is.
So
That's what it
let's
is.
get you on your knees since I can't stand up with you, and I'll show you something. Stand up,
Overhook
knees,
from your
knees.
position. Yep.
So, overhook,
Yep.
underhook.
Oh, so there is an underhook.
Under the armpit,
Under the armpit.
over the armpit.
How do you know which one to do?
For this one, we're doing an overhook.
Well, like, how do you make that decision? Why not on this side?
Go ahead and stand up. It comes from sprawling, fighting. I don't want to be within your ideal maximum kill range right here.
Okay.
So I either want to be here,
Yeah.
or I want to be in here,
Yeah.
right? So if I'm in here,
Yeah.
I'm trying to bury my head into your chest so that I can start controlling the inside.
Okay.
And from this pummel, if you're trying to bear hug me or get my head or something, it's whatever you give me.
Okay. So it doesn't matter. Pick one.
When we can get someone,
Is that like diagonals?
yeah, it's something from wrestling we do, and there's pummeling drills, but I can't do them with you because I'm shorter. We practice pummeling, go from over to under. I'll send you videos. Tanner will be able to go. Tanner and Tony will be the best partners for you. And then when Brady comes in, because he needs to drill these too. And what you see a lot of times when you watch me go in the Assassin's Hour of Power, whatever they fucking call it.
Yeah.
I do more stand-up on that one because Coach Steve wants us to do more self-defense and MMA based. Don't sit on your ass, don't pull guard. It's jiu-jitsu, but we're doing no gi, grappling, we're fucking fighting and wrestling. So he wants us to have that mentality to stay on our feet more, which I appreciate because I'm comfortable on my butt and on my back until I'm not. I still gotta carry 265 pounds. Why would I, 275 pounds. 275 pounds, and I'm dropping weight, I'm intermittent fasting. So, point is, Coach Tanner, Professor Tanner always tells me, at least in my head, he's been telling me for 3 years. He hasn't said it, but I feel like he still says it in my head. Fight to get on top, maintain to stay on top, fight to stay on top. I expect my purple belts and brown belts to stay on top because you're too comfortable on your back. He told me this 3 years ago. I don't know if he even still thinks that. That's in my head. Like my gi teacher, my first teacher, Mike, in the gi, use the gi. I hear that Brazilian accent in my head, you know? My first other coach who's wrestling, he said, you wrestle, always wrestle, you know? I can hear these voices in my head. So I don't know if Tanner even thinks that. He doesn't, I don't know what he knows about me. So going back to what we were doing is the overhook, underhook. From this closed guard, we can just practice this drill since you did a roll. Once you from the bottom, from my bottom position, I have open guard because I'm not able to close for whatever, and you're trying to get to your position. So I'm trying to get inside, and if I get this inside position with both my hands, I like to do this side. You don't have to do the same side. I use this to frame. I'm using the outside portion of my fatty hand into your bicep and elbow pit. I'm not trying to push. I'm driving that elbow out. So if you try to touch my ear on your left side, I'm using that as a frame.
Okay.
And the more you push with this one, it allows me to manipulate that one.
Oh yeah, that's fast.
So it's a push-pull. So as I'm pushing this, I'm not pushing with this. I'm driving up and over and bringing it up. And the control with this is counterintuitive. It is my shoulder and my pec, but it's from this bite right here. All I'm bringing is this up to my heart. And I'm trying to keep my elbow down. If my elbow's loose, my hand's down low, I'm not contracting my bicep. I'm not using my lat. I brought my hand up, brought my elbow down.
You're using here?
It's the back of my scapula and my lat. So you can do closed guard, you can do modified open guard with a pinched knees, okay? And I want you to pummel both your hands inside towards the biceps, but you're not. Yep, yeah. See how you just kind of like did a little, you lowered your elbow?
Like that.
Yeah. I don't know how to explain it, but you did it correctly.
I get it, yeah.
You did it correctly. So now, as I start fighting, you can overhook my head. Now, what am I gonna do?
I'm very familiar with that feeling. It sucks.
So I know I gotta get my hips in, but you're so long, I can't shift my weight back. So what you can do from here is start opening up your leg and go into a modified scissor sweep. Boom. I'm gonna start to sprawl. You're just gonna roll on top. But this all comes from this overhook.
Yeah.
The push-pull thing helps a lot. Yep. And all I'm gonna do is try to touch your ears as if I was throwing punches. Okay. I'm not really throwing punches, obviously, and I know you're safe, but this is where I need to be. Even me, I just got in the bad habit of doing this. This was a bad, this should be my default, and I never look down. There's a lot of things that Tony does. Yeah, and I don't criticize any other instructor because I'm not saying my way is better. I'm just saying this is what I do. I noticed Tony was here and he was fighting with his, but he's fucking strong too.
He's very strong.
And he's got a great base. But I'm using this. This is my default.
Okay.
You know that you don't want to give me this. How would you mitigate this? You have to go to that prayer or the Superman to get these frames off you. And you can tell I'm not being heavy with it. I'm not digging my elbows into you. So you're just gonna push, pull with your knees, go north, south, east, and west. I don't like it, boom. You can go right to the inside with your hands, both your hands. Go right to the inside with your hands. Nope. From here, you've already got my hands out of where they need to be. And I just want you to put your palms on the elbow. Elbows bent. Don't extend, as long as you are, you don't want to extend all the way out because now you're gonna start changing my position. Okay. You want to trap me into falling. So right here.
Do I pull you like this?
You can, but I want you to pause right here. I want you to see this. I want this shoulder, hug it. I want the shoulder, yes. I want you to drive that shoulder as close to here as you can. And once you get there, then you're gonna give me that little elbow flare. that breaks my posture and position. I have a position of disadvantage. And I'm going to instinctually put this on here. You can pummel your right hand under my elbow. Under, that's over.
Sorry.
See what I mean? Yeah. I'm doing the same thing I'm telling you to do on this. Trying to go out on your elbow, but you're beating me to that pummel. Me pushing your bicep doesn't help me either. This might help me.
Yeah, that probably would.
This is what I do.
Because then you're like,
so
screwed.
I'll go to here, knowing you're going to do that, and I'll try to control your wrist. But that's the battle. You've got my elbow, so I'm like, fuck it, keep my elbow.
Yeah.
I need to fight this battle and then try to get this elbow out.
Have you ever been in a real fight and it's like that?
Not recently. See, the more I've fought, the less I've had. I mean, no, I haven't been in a fight in a long time. Even with people at work, like when I arrest someone, I'm so chill and comfortable into talking to them. They end up asking me for law advice, and I'm like, I'm not a lawyer, dude. I'm here to arrest you. I'm not. Like, am I gonna be able to get out? I'm like, no. Here's a whole list of attorneys. I'm not. I'm here to. I'm just being nice.
Yeah. I'm not on your team.
Yeah. I speak Spanish. I'd rather you give me all the information. I go, look, you don't have to tell me this. You can talk to an attorney. You can talk to the consulate. You don't need to tell me anything. But all I need to know is where you're born, what your date of birth is, what your citizenship is. And if you want to tell me that, cool. Oh no, I'll tell you. Oh, okay, cool. You don't have to tell me anything, you know? And they're like, I think because I do that, they think that I'm like trying to bail them out. I'm like, I'm trying to bail you out. I'm just,
See the badge?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes I'm in plain clothes, but I'll just tell them, I'm like, you know, it's either you are or you aren't, and it's not up to me. I arrest you, I process you, and then there's going to be a judge, and you need an attorney, and you know, you don't need to say anything other than your biographical information. I'm going to take your fingerprints, and if you lie to me, that's another charge. But it's not like, hey, motherfucker, I'm going to tune you up. No. And we get some of the agents that come in and they speak less Spanish, but they're used to that heavy-handedness. And I'm like, yeah, there's a time and place for that. But these guys, they're not fighting, they're not resisting. Like, why are you going to wind them up, dude? I've been with them for 6 hours. Chill the fuck out, you know?
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's fine. Because sometimes they'll make false accusations. They'll say, this is what they stated. It does not. It's less than likely to be true, and these are my historical experience. So this is when they say this is what has transpired, because I'm going to testify to that. Like, you can claim credible fear, it doesn't mean it validates it, and I'm not an asylum officer. They said they're afraid to go back to their country, but they didn't list anything that falls under the criteria that's required by the asylum office. And then I've had other people tell me like, oh, well, that's not credible fear. I know it's not. I stated that. But if they claim it, they claim it. I'm not here to say that they didn't. That's not for me to determine.
Yeah.
Well, we process them differently, it's like, as we should. You know, you either got a driver's license or you don't. You're either here with your papers or you're not. So anyways, point is, I have no idea. Oh, just fighting. No, I don't have anybody fighting with me. The most things that I've had is like people trying to run me over, or trying to hit me at night.
That guy got freaking run over in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Almost run over.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Weaponizing cars.
Yeah, I'll pause the recording for that one. But yeah, it's an unfortunate thing that there's both sides to every story, and I have my perspective because of my experience.